been your most challenging account?
Challenging account? Oh, working on Always, I lasted 3 weeks, then they kicked me off it. Hi, my name is Jon Slater, I'm a creative director. I've worked all over the world. I've worked on all sorts of brands, Burger King, Australia's Wonderland, Canada's Wonderland, Britvic, Guinness, so many to remember. I've just lost it there. There's quite a list. Can I just have a quick look at the list? Because it is quite comprehensive. Apple, American Express, John Deere, Black & Decker, Samsung, Johnny Walker, Starbucks, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Qantas Airlines, Singapore Airlines, so many to mention, Unilever, Procter & Gamble, alcoholic beverages, everything, you name it, I've basically worked on it, from tractors to tampons. Well, how does an idea come to you? Well, basically, it starts with the brief from the client. In our industry, we're selling products, brands, so we need to know about the brand, and it's usually in the form of a brief. 9 times out of 10, the brief's pretty boring, so we need to get more information from the client. The more you delve into the brief, read it over and over again, you've got to really absorb it like a sponge. Find little stories, all sorts of little anecdotes about the product. Then that starts getting the juices going. You get a creative team in, you talk to them, you know, and you start getting them to sort of put ideas down, thumbnails, thinking. I'm not a big fan of brainstorming. I prefer just teams as in two, a writer and an art director, so I pull them in individually, brief them, get them fired up and let them go away, take the brief and do something with it and do something special. Okay, Blackpool, I was born here, Blackpool, Victoria. I think Blackpool's iconic, isn't it? You know, that's the ballroom and the tower and the piers here. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's known all over the world. Left Blackpool when I was a couple of years old and went to live in Manchester. So I grew up there, went to school in Manchester and art college, and I worked there before I started my world travels. 7 years in Australia. Got the passport and all that, got the dual citizenship. So then I thought to myself, right, I got itchy feet again. 7 years I've been here. Where's a good place to go? Who's doing great film work? And at the time I thought North America. Most of the Americans went to do the movies there, but I'd heard that there's a lot of good film guys there, a lot of directors, a lot of post-production houses. So I thought Canada, North America, I want to break it there. I did get caught up in Miami once because I'd lived in the Middle East a fair few years. I've got a lot of stamps, or I did have, in my passport. So I was locked up there for about 3 or 4 hours. They thought I was some sort of terrorist. I said, not a terrorist, just I work in the Middle East. So that was a bit, you know, and I was late for a meeting as well. I was pitching for Western Union. So I said to them, look, I'm busy, you know, just flown out from Trinidad and so they let me go in the end, but that was a bit of an ordeal. That's Miami for you. I don't think I have a favourite location for ideas, but what I tend to do, it's just me. If I'm working at home and my mind's ticking over with an idea, I turn the telly on, I turn the music on, I have everything blaring, that's me, I just have everything manic. Kids screaming, that's fine, scream a bit more if you want. And I wander around and I churn around the brief or the thought or what the client wants or what this brand's all about. And I just have all this noise for a while, and then I stop. Then I go out for a walk, and I just basically, I don't have one formula, it's in my mind, and it's tension because I know I've got to deliver something. It's always scary, even after all these years. You've got to deliver something, and that's fear, you know. So I just go out, wander off, and I know I've got a deadline, and you said before about deadlines, you know you've got to, you know, so long to do this thing. So that's scary as hell, you know. So I'll go out and just chill out, drive for a bit, go to the beach, go for a swim. Exercise is really good, or do a bit of Tai Chi or something, just to chill out, because because my mind is spinning 1,000,000 miles an hour. So it's manic madness, music, 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 out for nice walks, and then exercise. Then I come back and I go, right, I've got to do some work now. Forgot what the question was, sorry. Oh yeah.
At Apple, we believe the most powerful computer is one that people actually use. One that comes complete and ready to run in minutes, not hours. One that runs thousands of programs and has built-in networking. And one that everyone can afford. Introducing the Macintosh Classic. At $1,349, it makes everything else look like yesterday's news.
Well, Apple was at the time, again, it's like anything, when you go back in time, a brand like Apple, it wasn't such a big deal like it is now. It was a computer company coming out of California, Silicon Valley, with an Apple logo with rainbows going through it. It was considered a bit of a toy, and the brief from the client was to make it look compatible. There's a misconception about Apple at the time. It was like, can it network? Can it number crunch? Can it do anything? It just looks pretty, but what can it do? So the brief for us, especially North America and California, was to say, hey world, we're going to change the world. We're going to network, we're going to number crunch, we're going to do things in seconds, not hours, and we're going to be revolutionary. And well, here they are today, the biggest brand in the world. Is that enough a sentence? I mean, I'm just giving you what is coming out, really. I'm a bit hyperactive, me. I've been hyper since I was about 15. I was on Valium at 16, I think. Good, asking the questions is good.